Good afternoon, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome here to Mansion House. My name is Alistair King. I have the immense honour to have been elected as the next Lord Mayor of the City of London. And that's a role that goes back all the way back to 1189. And you're here in the official residence of the Lord Mayor, which has housed the Lord Mayor each year since 1752. But more importantly, you're here to participate in the 4th City Quantum and AI Summit. There is an old joke, which I'm sure you've heard before, but it doesn't stop it being good. And that is, quantum computing and people related to it are divided into 3 different categories. Those who understand quantum computing, those who do not understand quantum computing, and those who simultaneously do and do not understand quantum computing. For those who don't know me, I think I'm in the latter. Having had the tremendous honour to have been elected last week, I'm currently serving in this extraordinary purgatory period and moving on to take up my post as Lord Mayor in just over a month's time, 32 days to be exact. The building's current inhabitant, the 695th Lord Mayor, Professor Michael Mainelli, is very sorry he can't be here today. He's hosting another commitment overseas. As a scientist and as an economist by trade, so much of his work during the course of his year has focused on showcasing the city's many different areas of expertise, like quantum and AI, and promoting the Square Mile as a solutions-based hub that leverages its own knowledge and also tries to solve global problems. Indeed, despite its ancient roots, the City of London has always been a centre of learning and innovation, one that continually reaches out and evolves to harness the new technologies in financial and professional services, and yes, and in fields such as education, medicine, science, and defence. It's a proud tradition that I really hope to continue through my own mayoral theme, Growth Unleashed, a commitment to a bolder, think smarter city, to take our collective foot off the brake, to take positive risk and seize the white heat of the new technologies, including quantum. Although we're only in the foothills, quantum's vast potential across a plethora of different industries is clear to anyone who looks. It's absolutely essential for our success, and it also will allow us to go and solve very complex problems very quickly. Take, for example, a great challenge of our age, climate change. By enabling us to simulate countless scenarios, simulations that would otherwise take an unfeasible length of time to run, quantum computing would help reduce the impact of emissions in sensitive sectors such as agriculture, whilst accelerating improvements in technologies like batteries and carbon capture. As many of you here will know, there is, though, one immediate hurdle for us between us and that giant leap forward. And that's the sheer computational ability. How do we collate so much data? After all, there's no point in discussing quantum ability, be it in terms of sensing or computing, if we can't process it. The answer, of course, lies in machine learning, and that's why today's summit brings together experts in both quantum and in AI to explore ways in which these two burgeoning technologies can complement and enhance one another. Here in the UK, we are very well placed to lead the global effort to unlock quantum's great, enormous potential. We have the second largest number of quantum startups in the world and twice the number of AI-based companies compared with any other European nation, including in London, behemoths like Anthropic and OpenAI. And certainly in relation to my own theme, my own programme as Lord Mayor, I'll be putting on a series in this building of events entitled Pitch at the Mansion House. And that is to try to marry up British innovation in quantum and in other areas with British investors and bring them into a room together, particularly those companies that are looking to raise scale-up capital, raising between 5 and 30 million pounds. And I think if there are any companies among the audience today that were interested in that theme, then either speak to me after this or go to the website of the Worshipful Company of Information Technologists, which is my partner in that activity. They are running the activity, and I think that you could register with them. The reason that we have to get all over quantum and AI is that we have the quality legal and regulatory systems, diverse and abundant talent pools, and businesses, both large and small, open and enthusiastic about trialling new technologies, some of them here with us today. Through fireside chats, expert gender-balanced panels committed to jargon-free discussions that avoid the esoteric, today we hope to move the dial on quantum. As the Danish physicist Niels Bohr once said, if quantum mechanics hasn't profoundly shocked you, you haven't understood it yet. So, to laymen and experts alike, let me say again, welcome. Prepare to be shocked and informed today in equal measure. My sincere thanks to the great Karina Robinson for bringing us all together for the 4th time, and to our sponsors and collaborators for making today possible. I wish you a very successful and educational day. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Welcome all, and thank you very much for coming. And thank you to the Lord Mayor-elect, to the current Lord Mayor, and to past Lord Mayors, all of whom have lent us their humble abode for the conference. Thank you above all to my sponsors and collaborators, because without them this wouldn't happen. And also to all of you for attending, and to those who are streaming. What am I going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about a pisco sour, the Peruvian national drink. Hands up, those who've had one. NATO is missing out. So a pisco sour is quantum. You have one, let's say right now, on empty tummy, and there you are here with Corinthian columns in the Mansion House, at sea level. But simultaneously, you will find yourself in an Inca settlement called Machu Picchu at the top of the Andes, because this is what quantum is. It's about it's happening all over the place, and I think a pisco sour encapsulates that. But a pisco sour is also like the City Quantum and AI Summit. Why? It's a unique mix of ingredients that makes for excellence. And what do we mix here? 4 things. The City of London, which has been going for so many years that Alistair is the 696th Lord Mayor of the City of London. Quantum, both local and global. The UK, as the Lord Mayor-elect says, has the 2nd largest number of quantum startups in the world. But what is just as important, in a way the city encapsulates this, is its ties with other sectors, other countries, especially all the friendly countries, which we need to be deepening our alliances with at this time. 3rd factor, AI, which has been isolated from quantum. And I'm glad to see that in the last year, it's joined together, the walls are collapsing, and that's going to lead to huge advances from both sides. And finally, defense. A couple of words on defense. Firstly, we're living in an ever more perilous perilous world, and I don't need to really tell you that. The best defense is defense, and we're neither defending ourselves nor investing in some of the equipment we need to invest in. And I think there needs to be a conversation about this, and it needs to advance further. Secondly, let me quote Gina Raimondo, Commerce Secretary of the US. When you think national security, you might think guns, tanks, missiles, fighter jets. I think semiconductors, quantum, AI model weights. Both of those are necessary, but it's incredibly important to focus on the deep tech part of it. But what we need, above and beyond anything else, is a healthy interaction between defense, between government, the financial sector, deep tech. To return to Pisco Sours, the City Quantum and AI Summit is the only conference that combines all those ingredients. And it also combines gender balance, accessibility. A student just said to me, "Thank you for making this conference free." All these conferences should be free for students. So, gender balance, accessibility, and its catchphrase, no lingo, no jargon, plain English only. And that's just a little reminder to my panelists in the audience. But there is a challenge to this Pisco Sour mix, which is that it's become too large, too potent for its bartender. And I'm the bartender. And I have a two-person team from Dynamic Events, and we can't handle it anymore. It's been incredibly successful. We think it's incredibly necessary. But I think it's time to hand it on. The momentum of the summit has to be kept going. Its raison d'etre hasn't exactly disappeared. It exists all the more. It needs an institution, a firm. I mean, I did try and hand it to NATO, but NATO's busy. But to know that you will have the collaboration of NATO, of the City of London, of the quantum and AI ecosphere, I think is incredibly important to whoever takes it on and takes it to a new level. Maybe even somebody here in this room is already thinking, it's time we took it over. I stand here and I humbly ask you to ensure the survival of the City Quantum and AI Summit. Thank you. And now for the really exciting part, which is our first panel. It's called the Lord Mayor's Colloquy. It's because this current Lord Mayor, who, as mentioned, is a scientist as well as a financier, has organized all these colloquies where you have about 7, 8 people each speak for 7 minutes about something and then take questions from the audience. And the title of it is Quantum and AI for Good, because I think we need to emphasize the good part of technology sometimes. So the chair, could I ask the chair, Bruce Beckloff of Block Ventures, to come up? Elham Kashefi of the NQCC, Julia Sutcliffe of the Department of Business and Trade, Hans-Henrik Knudsen of Quantify, Steve Suarez of Horizon X, and Ala Alenazzi of Kinnevik.